London is the capital of England and it's famous for the Big Bang and the London Eye. We went to visit the city on Wednesday 23rd and we saw the British Museum in the morning and the Harry Potter studios in the evening. We had to wake up really early to arrive by 10 a.m. in London from Chester. We left around 10 p.m. I think London is very big and interesting, full of activities and things to do with the family and friends. About the trip, I really liked to visit the Harry Potter studios because it was magical, as you could live inside the set. My favorite attraction at the studios was the interacting passport game that I completed with the help of my friends.
London is famous because there are some attractions. London Eye, Tower Bridge, Buckingham Palace, Big Ben, National Gallery, Hyde Park, Shakespeare Globe, Hampton Court and the English Transport. When I went to London, I visited London Eye. It is the highest in Europe and was very tall, at 135 meters. Another name is Millennium Wheel. The wheel is made up of 32 glass capsules, each of which can accommodate up to 25 people. A complete rotation takes about 30 minutes. The British Museum houses a vast collection of priceless historical and artistic artifacts, including the Rosetta Stone, the Parthenon, marbles, and Egyptian mummies.
A few days ago, we went back to the Harry Potter studios and it was incredible. It was my third time there. I had already been twice before, once last year and once the year before, but time at Musicopoly. Even though I had seen it before, it still felt completely new. The sets, the atmosphere, the little detail. Once again, I discovered things I had never noticed. It wasn't just a visit, it was one of those moments that make trips to Musicopoly truly unforgettable. This time I walked through the Great Hall again, felt the magic of Diagon Alley and lost myself in the Forbidden Forest. And the magic really did feel even more real. There was something truly special about the visit. Maybe it was the people I was with. Maybe I was the way I noticed every corner more carefully. Or maybe it was just the unique Musicopoly spirit that made everything shine brighter. I experienced things I hadn't before and felt completely immersed in the world of Harry Potter. It was truly unforgettable once again.
On Saturday we went to York to visit the city. That day the weather was rainy and quite cold, so we carried umbrellas and waterproof jackets. The journey lasted for about 2 hours and I slept for the 90% of the time. The first thing we visited was the cathedral, which was very big and elegant. The inside of the cathedral was very simple, which made it even more beautiful. Then we made some little groups of 4 and 5 people. Many of us went to McDonald's for lunch, as I did, and then we went to the center full of cute markets and stalls, and the Deschambles, which inspired J.K. Rowling when she was writing about Diagon Alley. It was quite similar. It started raining very heavily, so we waited for the bus and returned to Chester. I really liked the city because it was a little bigger than Chester, but still quite unimaginative.
So, in England it is tradition to have a snack in the afternoon accompanied by some tea. This tradition was born in 1840 by the Duchess Anne of Belfort to stop her hunger before dinner. The tradition became popular among the aristocracy and then throughout the English society. The tea time starts at 2 o'clock and finishes at 5 o'clock. During these hours you will have tea and some snacks. The snacks have an order to be eaten in. First you eat sandwiches, typically with cucumber, egg, smoked salmon and ham. Normally you can accompany the snacks with a glass of champagne, but it's not mandatory. After sandwiches, you will have scones with clotted cream and jam and some cakes like Victoria sponge or fruit cake. You usually accompany this food with a typical English tea.
The Roman Museum of Chester, also called the Governor's Museum, is in the city of Chester. This city was very important during Roman times. The Romans called it Deva Victrix. The museum shows many objects found during the excavations in the Roman city. These include tombstones of Roman soldiers, which tell us who they were, ancient mosaics, weapons and pieces of armor, and everyday objects like coins, tools, plates, jewelry, food, and many other things. The Roman Gallery shows models of the Roman camp that explains how people lived in a Roman Chester. They help people learn more easily about the Romans. The museum is free to enter, and it's a great place to learn about Roman life in Britain. It helps us understand how soldiers and citizens lived nearly 2000 years ago.
Last week I went to Liverpool and it was a really nice experience. In the morning we saw the famous statue of the Beatles. It was cool to see because they are so important to the history of music. Then we visited the Museum of Liverpool. It was huge and interesting. There were many different floors with many things to see. My favorite floor was the one about space and planets. We went inside a small cinema there. We watched a show about satellites and it was really enjoyable to watch the video. In the afternoon we had a walk around the city street. We also went to a big shopping center. It was uncovered, called Liverpool One. I preferred the museum and the cinema part to the shopping that was a little bit too crowded. But I really liked everything about Liverpool.
A few days ago, me and the group of Musicopoli went to Liverpool. I had already seen the city with my family 2 years ago. When we arrived, we went to a shopping center, while we waited to enter the museum. In the shopping center, I drank a bubble tea at coconut. It was very tasty. In the center, the group of the staff left us alone and had free time. After, we went to the museum. It was a very beautiful but little. I liked the second floor because there was the insect that I liked too much. Then we went to the statue of the Beatles, the music band famous in all the world, but they were born in Liverpool. After, we went to a church street where the staff left us alone for 2 hours. In these 2 hours, I went to a fast food restaurant and I ate fried chicken. Next, we went to another shopping center, but more beautiful than the one before, and I bought a lot of things at the Liverpool store. Then we were tired and we went to the bus to return to Chester.
On Wednesday, we walked along Chester's River, River Dee, and it was amazing. After dinner at 7:30 p.m., we left the university and we started walking near the river on a long and narrow road. The river in the evening is stunning and peaceful. We saw a lot of animals like swans, turtles, and ducks. There was one thing that shocked me, and that was the fact that there were boats even though the river is very shallow. Around 8:30 p.m. the sun set and the sky started to turn orange, pink and gold, and so did the river. I was speechless. After the walk, we went to McDonald's for an evening snack. I had a lot of fun that evening and I saw a lot of different things.
During our trip we have done lots of activities, especially in the evening. One night we watched a movie called The Age of Adeline. We watched the movie on the sofas in the common room. The staff members gave us a lot of popcorn and plenty of donuts that we ate while watching the movie. I really enjoyed The Age of Adeline because Blake Lively, who plays the main character, is a really good actress. I also liked the plot. The movie tells the story of a part of Adeline's life. She stopped aging due to a car accident, and the movie shows her love story with a man that she met at a party named Ellis. He and their daughter had her to get her life back. In London there is the Harry Potter Studios and I went there 2 days ago. It was a truly magical experience. As soon as I walked in, I felt like I was inside the movies. There were the real sets, costumes and props, all with amazing details. I saw the Great Hall, the Forbidden Forest and platform 9 3/4 with the train. But my favorite part was Diagon Alley. Walking through it was amazing. The shops, the signs, the music. It really felt like being in the wizarding world.
I stopped in front of Ollivander's and I looked at the Weasley's Wizard Wizzy's window. After, I bought a butterbeer, the traditional drink in the book and movies. Anyway, I recommend all Harry Potter fans to go in there.
This year, the moments I liked the most were the evenings we spent all together, in particular the movie night. In fact, I had the opportunity to see a beautiful film with my friends, and we had a lot of fun. The film is called The Secret of Adeline, which is about the story of a lady who after a car accident was drowned in a river, but a flash of lightning hit her and since that moment she becomes immortal and can get older. This film is very interesting. I saw it while I was eating my popcorn and sharing blankets with my friends. It was a wonderful evening that I loved.
Last Thursday we went to visit the city of Liverpool and we were there all day. In the morning we visited the World Museum, which is divided into 5 floors. On every floor there are different attractions, like an aquarium where you can see various species of aquatic animals, like fish and turtle, and an exhibit of insects that I didn't like because they scare me. There is also an entire floor dedicated to the Egyptian world. In the 4th floor you can see the animals of the forest, the extinct animals like dinos and the evolution of the man. The top floor is dedicated to astronomy. After we visited the museum we went to see the Beatles statue and we had some time free to go to our favorite shop in groups. In the evening we returned to the college and went to bed.